It can only mean one thing. I'm back on the Links coast. We're back off holiday. This is the first one on the Links coast. It's a bit windy. I'll talk more about that later. But yeah, welcome to Verns Sea Fishing. And if you want to watch more, click the subscribe and ring the bell. And let's cut for the intro before I lose my train of thought again. So yeah, I've just had my holiday. Great holiday I had with the wife. We spent all the nights in the pub apart from one. I can't remember why we didn't, but we didn't. But yeah, we had a great time. Weather was atrocious. It's got to be the worst week we've ever had. I think we only had 3 sunny days, and one of them was overcast. But yeah, 2 storms to 50-mile-an-hour winds. It was rain, 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 and even more of the stuff. But I'm on the Links coast. We're air fishing today. I've been looking forward to this one because I've got different gear. Look what I've brought. I've brought a pulley pennel rig. Now, I'm quite happy actually, I don't know why. We have got the Diawa Sandstorm, and it is the ZS12 multiplier. It's a 12-footer. A 12-footer. Why did I get a 12-footer? Because 27 years ago when I bought that, I thought that's all you ever could buy was a 12-foot rod. I was only young, and I wish I'd have bought the 13-foot. But I got 2 of them because my mate Danny picked one up in Kent and brought it up to me. So yeah, beautiful rod. It's going to be a low watermark rod. And with that, it's not bad, Nick, is it, for 20 odd years old? We've got with us a green Magalite, AKS green sports cage, bling bling bling, green Magalite. On these bits there was you could just see a little bit of aluminium, and I'm talking a pinprick. So I splodged paint on it because I don't want it to get ruined. But yeah, there we have it. I'm looking forward to using that. And I've got another reel with me in case I blow that one up. But that's for another session, I hope, because I want to use that all day. And the other one is another low water fishing reel, and then you'd have seen all of them. So pull that back. The water is sludgy as muck. Look at this. And there's muck and sludge everywhere. And that's going to go all on my line. It's going to be a nightmare. So I'm sorry about the jolting about. I've got to try and cut these videos down. I know there's a lot of people out there like them 2 hours, but even though Tom edits them, I think he'd like to have a short one. So I ain't talking short, I'm talking probably 1 hour and 20, hour and a half. So let's see how I do. Because I do like to yibba yabba, don't I? I do like to rattle on. So yeah, I've got my pack up. I've got sardine and tomato sandwiches, 2 bottles of water. It's like, where's the other 4 kids? Horses are here. I think they've come from Wallabank. This sand is a bit sinky, look. It's the first time I've ever noticed this beach like that. Normally, it's firm. I think with the storms that we've had, I presume they've had them here, this beach has changed. Look at it, it's all ripped out with the current. And I think that a lot of sand has gone and it's dropped down lower, and it's now a bit scary, but I'm all right. I've got my phone with me, so I've got a pulley pennel on there. I'm going to bait that up. I've got squid, crab and black lug. That's all I've got today. That's what I'm using, so wish me luck. I'll get that baited up now, bring it back to the cast. God knows what that'll be like. Who cares, because I'm fishing on this beach. Look at it. Even with all the clay and the mud, it's still lovely, and we've got stuff to look at, haven't we? So see you in a bit when I cast this out on the old Diawa Sandstorm, the original Mark 1. First ever one that came out, it was. Boo! Right, I got someone ringing me up. I've just texted Colin. I got someone ringing me up. I'm baiting up. I got fishy fingers. You know what fishy fingers are like, don't you? Bloody stink, they do. And I got baiting up to get cast out, and the phone's going off. Oh, right. I'm in quite a good mood. I didn't know why. Need to put a stop to that, don't I? When I talk about the twats that were driving on the road in front of me today, that'll put an end to it. That's a different rod to cast. At least I know what it'll feel like on the next one. Got halfway through the cast and I was like thinking, what's going on? Right, now I can have some water, and then I'll see who was ringing me up. I bet it was you, Colin, weren't it? Oh dear. Right, who was it? It was Clive. Right, I'm going to turn this off. I shall speak to you in a bit. Well, I made my own sandwiches. Ain't I getting good? Sliced the bread, battered the bread, sardine tomato paste on, sliced the cucumber. Lovely. Got horses coming. Horses coming that way as well. There's bloody horses everywhere. I'm holding bottom. I ain't getting chucked about. We've got a 6-ounce weight on a pulley rig. I've also baited up a cod rig with a 6-ounce weight, and yeah, that rod is a lot softer than my Kentucky's or any of my Ziplexes, apart from the possibly the 2500 M and LMs. Yeah, when I bought them rods, I thought, because I grew up with 10, 11, 12 foot rods, and that was it, because I was young, fiberglass. And when I bought that, I just bought the 12 foot, didn't I? I didn't know they did a 13 foot. And then when I realised they did 13 foot, I bought a Supercast. Supercast? The blue one anyhow, I think it's a Supercast. It's not Super Sport, Supercast I think, yeah. Diawa Supercast. And I bought that in 13 foot. But then, I had 2 different rods and I was never happy. And then I bought a 16, 17 foot rod, which was Shakespeare blue metal. That's a long rod. Still got that. I've got all my rods. So yeah, I wish I'd have bought 13 foot, but beggars can't be choosers, is it? Anyhow, I can't worry about it. 12 foot's the R, 12 foot's the game. And anyhow, with a good cast, you give that to someone that can cast properly, and they'd chuck that out of a 200. Give it to John Alden, he'd bloody throw it out hundreds and hundreds of metres. His favourite rod as well, I reckon. Yeah, put in John Alden on YouTube and have a look at him. He's a fisherman and still is a fisherman. He's got some knowledge. Effortless casting as well. You don't have to graunch it. Well, it helps if all your bodies work, and put it that way. So yeah, so we're at 6 Marshes. Hopefully today we might catch some hounds if there's any about still, but you always get a better shot on this coast, I believe. Well, I would at night time. Seems to bring the fish on a bit more. But then I was at Trunch Lane, weren't there, and the bloke rocked up, and within an hour he'd caught 3 hounds, and I was just looking stupid. Which isn't hard. So I've got to try and get these videos down to an hour and a half. That's what I'm going to aim for. The last one was 2 hours 4 minutes, and Tom cut half hour out. I'm not talking about politics today, but I am talking about freedom of speech, and it's gone, because that's just the way it is, and that's all I'm going to say on the matter. But they keep bringing out these abbreviations for all these different things, and all these abbreviations or definitions, if you know what I'm talking about. If they bring out a definition, all that means is that definition will mean that you can't talk about it, because if you talk about it, you'll be a populist, which I thought was a popular person, but it means something totally different now. Or it'll mean you're proud of your flag, proud of your history, proud of your country, love living there. And that's all negative apparently now. So they'll bring all these definitions out, and hopefully the next government after will just bin them all and return the world back to the 1970s, because it was a lot better back then, trust me. I was alive in the 70s. And I've got an itchy foot, which ain't good in a welly when it's on your left leg. It's hard. Oh, yeah, bugger. I have to do it from the outside. Yeah, so I had a great holiday. We drunk, and on the last night we were coming home, and we were going to the pub to sit outside in the square, well, outside on the pub seats, and have 2 or 3 pints, go home and pack everything away, and then go back. Well, I went inside, Karen sat outside, I went inside, and this chap stood up inside, and it was Al, who's been on one of my videos at fishing in the river for cod. And yeah, I was surprised to see Al, pleasantly surprised. And we then spent the whole night in the pub drinking. To say I was skew whiffy is an understatement by the time I got home. We were the last people, I think, to leave the pub. I can't remember how many drinks I had, but it was pint after pint after pint. And yeah, I got into bed right quick because I felt ill, and I thought, well, if I get into bed I might not be ill. But yeah, it was a lovely night, Al. It was great meeting you and your wife. This is my first trip since coming back from the lake, so yeah, it was a lovely night. It was a pleasure chatting and talking and drinking the beer you bought me, and I hope you enjoyed the beer I bought you. But yeah, I was going to get the cast for some cards and have a game of gin rummy, because me and the wife play gin rummy every time we go in there. But yeah, it was a good week, and it rounded it off quite nice. But in the morning we were rushing around, packing up, getting everything in the van. But because we leave the house clean all the time, I cleaned the bathroom down and the shower and the toilets, and Karen hoovered up, and I swept the slates in the front room. Because of that, she's now started to let us have an extra half hour there, so we ain't got to rush in the morning so much, because I'm not good in the morning. So I said to Tom, I says, well, how am I going to make it shorter, mate? He says, just fish. He's always saying it, just fish. Just film your fishing. I said, but people don't want to watch my fishing because I'm crap. So people want to hear me rattle on, that's what it's all about. So I've got to rattle on, but not rattle on as much. Got a big diggy bird up there, look. Don't shit on me. He's seen that bit of squid down there. Shall I go chuck the squid? That was my good deed of the day. I've just fed the seagull. I got the guts and chucked it over there, and he swooped down and ate it. Horses are coming, look. Horses for courses. I had a chap comment on my video saying he was laughing. You'll have to look back on the previous one. It's where I'm fishing at Sandylands, and I said cockwomble. Well, I said cockwomble. It's, you know, it's an old saying, isn't it? But I was going to say just cock, and I thought, no, I'm not going to be rude, I'm going to lighten it up a bit, and it just happens like that, split second in your head, and I just come out and said cockwomble. And yeah, reading your comment, mate, reading your comment made me chuckle as well, because it was funny. But yeah, that's the only place cockwomble come is, because I just didn't want to shout cock, because I was really going to scream it out like cock, you know. And I thought, boom, like that, I went, oh, cockwomble. So we might have some more cockwombles, because it's better than naughtier words, isn't it? But yeah, we're fishing low water. I don't know what the size of the tide at low water is, but this sand was very sinky, and it looks to me, you can see the tides have ripped the sand away. It's very much higher over there than it is here, and you can see there must have been some big tides that have ripped that out. So yeah, we've now got some features on the beach, which will be good when you're fishing high water. Now then, I did say in the video also, last video, that I'm selling some reels. I've now decided I'm not selling the reels. I've got two black Achios 555s. I'm not overly impressed. I do prefer the Abus, but I'm now keeping them, because when I fish these Diawa sandstorms at high water, I've got two reels to fit on them, and they look quite good on it as well. So I'm going to line them up now, and I'm going to use them when I bring my Diawa sandstorms to the beach fishing at high water. I want to catch a few fish on these sandstorms. I reckon that 12-foot rod will cast as far as some of these great big rods, because it's not the rod, it's the caster. But then my casting isn't brilliant at the minute at all, because I've got a bad hip, and if you see me stumble about, it don't look pretty, but that's me trying to stop myself fall over, because it'll go, it hurts when I cast. I get a stabbing pain, sharp pain, and it's not good. But we cope, so I can keep bringing you a video. So I'm going now, because we're at 12 minutes 40 and it's put in a second slot on the card. which that don't matter because Tom knows what he's doing. But yeah, we are fishing the old 6.5 Megalite with the aluminium cage, and I love this yellow shrink tube. Well, they're gone flying down there. I said to him, when you come back, will you be careful and not run me over? And he says, yeah, I will. I said to him, I'll move up. But when they come back, they walk so far, they'll go all the way down there, and then they'll go in the water. And then, when they come back, they tear ass down there. It's like red rum and bloody sugar. Right, I'm going to bring this in, because the tip started bouncing, so I guess it's got some weed on it. It could be a fish, couldn't it? Reel is lovely. I wonder if I'm just getting used to Abu reels. Just a tiny bit of weed, nothing major. State of that. Blech. Put it in there. It's all got bloody May rock slime on it. Right. Let me get this baited up and I'll be right back. Right, it had a little bit of weed on the squid. I don't like this sand, it's all bloody like quicksand. And it had all this gloopy mayrot, clayey shite, you know. Ooh, bugger, ow, bollocks. Just caught the back of my rod in my boots and it's just unhooked me imp. Right, we'll get this casted out. first cocked up. Don't know what went wrong there. Sure we'll work it out though, won't we? I don't think I put the spool on release. I heard it go, eh. Yeah, if that was a clicker on a pen, it'd be knackered now. And I ain't took my tripod down with a bloody rod ever, so now I've got to take it down and mess about. Let me sort this out and I'll bring you back. Well, I did that ballsed up cast, which I don't think I took the bail. I don't think a bail arm. Don't think I put a spool release on. Anyhow, second cast, dead straight, plenty far enough. The only problem is, it's now swung to the right, whereas before I was holding bottom straight out. So it swung to the right. There's a bit of tide pull on now. So I'm gonna have to walk to the left and cast out, and hopefully it'll grip. But it is what it is, isn't it? I've got me mate Seagull over there. He's walking over here now, bless him. He can see them dogs, can't he? Yeah, it's bouncing, so it'll be in the waves now. It's swung round to the left, to the right, sorry. You should be able to see that there, I think. So, oh, let's hope it's a fish, eh? That'd be better, wouldn't it? But we're here for a few hours, do a bit of fishing. I'll tell you what I'm enjoying today. Every session I've had since the one at Trunch Lane, obviously it's been summer, there's been a lot of people about, and it's been a nightmare for me. And today is the first day where I've just got the obligatory dog walkers and horses, and that's it. There's no one about, so hopefully today will be the first session that I'm going to enjoy. So I'll see you in a bit. I'll keep an eye on that rod, but I think it's gone to the right and then it'll get in the waves, which is why it's bouncing about. See you in a bit. So I've bought one of these. I ain't really got it the right way round, have I? I brought one of these. It's a well, it says a BT meter on it, but it's for wind speed, and it's blowing up to, well, 12.2. I always go on about the wind, and today I'd have said probably about 15, but it's blowing 12 mile an hour at worst, and it's 21.3 degrees C, so it's lovely and warm. But why have I bought that? Why have I bought this? Just because it's interesting. As you get older, I think you just find some things more interesting than what you would have done. And I'm often on the beach or at the river, it's blowing a hoolie. Now it'll be nice to know what the actual wind speed is, wouldn't it? So, you always go by the Met Office, but they aren't there, are they? The dry bag is doing absolutely fantastic, keeping everything dry. We are still got that down there, it's still gone down there, but I'm leaving it. At the minute we've got squid and crab. I've got the first bait is there, you can see the weed hanging off it. With the weight, I'm going to take that all off. I'm going to put another squid and crab on, because I've brought five crabs, I think, or maybe even 6. Time is 2:45. Low water is at 3:30. I don't think I'll move any closer. This sand is like a quagmire. It's all right to walk on, but if you're in the same spot, my tripod just fell in that sand. There's too much water. So I'm going to get that same effect as the tide come in, because it'll start filling the beach up. But yeah, this is the first session. This is the first session I've had. What's that on? Oh, I thought it was on 12. I'm watching the clock, you see, because I'm like, Christ, got to keep this short. Then they ain't going to be short. It's still going to be over an hour. But I want it about an hour and a half. That'll help Tom out, because, bless him, I keep asking Tom, are you still all right editing? And he says he's fine. But, you know, if I can... There's going to be the odd video that's going to go over 2 hours, isn't there? Because I'm going to have a meltdown or something, like the last few. And that's going to happen, isn't it? But it'd be nice to get some at hour and a half, because I keep looking at them, they're 2 hours, 2 hours. And I'm like, bloody hell. I think my viewing is 33 minutes. Let's have a quick update on the channel. Now, I like this section. I've got 4G emergency. I can't do it. So what I will talk about is that bloody drive here. Well, it was all right. I was behind some twat in a car with his wife. I was about 40 feet, 50 feet behind him, driving at 50 to 55 because he kept slowing down. I think we were going around some bends and that, and he wanted to slow down and he weren't, because he could see me behind. But then he brake checked me on a straight bit of road, and I had to slam my brakes on, and I was like mad. And then as soon as the road opened up, which was the next corner, I put it in 4th and I went past him, and he was there flagging me in his car. When I got in front of him, because I was like that, through the passenger's window at him, bearded twat. His missus was out the window doing all that as well, gesturing. And I thought, what's the problem? If you want to do 50 mile an hour, you can't control other people to do 50 mile an hour. I thought, what an absolute cockwomble. There you go, cockwomble corner. I'm sure I saw a sticker on the back of his car saying, at weekends I like to wear lycra. Fucking knob. Anyhow, I overtook the next 2 lorries, another car, and the road opened up and I was all right then. Then I got past another bloke, and the roads were really good. I saw the postman again, same postman, but he was walking the streets delivering his mail, so I got past him. We avoided contact with the postman. Yes, rod's going up and down because of them waves. So yeah, apart from that, it was a relatively pleasant drive in, apart from this one dickhead. And what is it with people? Do they think that because they're doing 50 to 55 saving the fuel, do you think they think that everyone else should do it? And now the same people, aren't they? The same people that when you get into a village, and I've been trying to do 60, when you get into the village and you slow down and do 30, yeah, they catch you up, don't they? By the time you get halfway through the village or at the end of the village, they're on your back, aren't they? Up your chuff. It's not good. I don't like it. Winds me up, that does. Something chronic. That and road positioning for turning right, or any road positioning, because they're lazy. And why are they lazy? because there's no coppers anymore pulling you over, telling you to take your paperwork to the police station, because you can't go to the police station because they're all shut. You have to ring a bell and wait, if you're lucky. And that's why driving standards have plummeted. And then you got all the foreigners, they come in the country and still drive as though they're driving in their country. It's gonna get worse. Back to happiness. I'm gonna keep watching this rod. I am. And then I'm gonna reel it in. I am. And then we're gonna have a great big bass on it. It's a beautiful day, isn't it? Look at that beach. A couple more dog walkers over there. It's lovely seeing dog walkers. I love dog walkers. I love them. Absolutely brilliant. 2 more down there. Just had a chat with them. There's no kids. They're all at school. Now I'm going to keep watching this. It's a glorious day, as you can see. Let me show you round. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? But what I do want to show you is all this stuff. Look at this here. It is everywhere. Don't know what it is. What I do, it's clay. But it gets on your line, mixes with the water, it goes all sludgy. Could be mayrot. I think it's clay. I think them clay beds are coming out from all the sand I've chucked in. Anyhow, I'll bring you back when I reel this in. It won't be long. I'm going to sort that bait out, reel it in, show you a fish hopefully. But I've got some weed on my line, blowing in the wind. I'm going to leave it out. I've just baited up another squid and crab. But yeah, I just thought I'd have a walk about. Don't know what's going on. There's nothing about, is there? It's lovely and empty. Just how you want it sometimes, isn't it? But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? And the way you can see all the way down there as well, it's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? So what do you do at 10 to 2? Is it 10 to 2? No, it's 5 to 3. So yeah, it's all good, isn't it? But there's no one about. Not even a Banksy. Not even Banksy has been on this beach, I don't think. Well, I don't think so anyhow. Absolutely lovely. So I'm watching this rod tip here like a hawk. And there's been some kids run past. I don't know what they've been up to. Got some weed on my line, so I'm going to have to keep my eye on that. But let me just show you this reel again. Hey. It's a nice reel, that as well. Really is nice. It is a cracker. Yeah, I'm not keen on this beach. It was really firm before. Last time I was here, it was oh, what's that? Is that that'll be the water, won't it? We'll have to bring it in a minute. Yeah, before this sand was really firm, but I can only think that there's been a huge swell and it's ripped a load of sand off here, especially because of the lunar landscape behind me. So we're back down. So the height has dropped. The water has an effect on the sand. It don't dry out enough. You stand on it and the water puddles around you and it starts getting sinky. 2 minutes 54. Right. Shall I reel this in? I'm going to reel it in. Shall I put it there? Yeah, that's better. Got some weed on this now. That's why it got dragged away, look. Absolutely shed loads of weed. This beach is reminding me that of that time I fished in the River Humber when it was so dangerous it was unbelievable. But yeah, look, we got weed, more weed, and down there we got a little bit more, not too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick all that off now, and then I'll bring you back for the cast. So it was the weed that made that pull right round. It's a shame, really. It's looking like a blank, isn't it? It's looking like a blank, but what a beautiful day and scenery to look at for a blank day. It's absolutely cracking. So I'm going to clear that off and let's carry on blanking. Right, let's get this out. It's not good conditions, all this bloody may rock clay shit. It's not good, I'll tell you. Yeah, my feet keep sinking in this sand. I don't like it. I ain't going anywhere. I ain't gonna die, am I? But yeah, I'm gonna be all right. But yeah, that weren't such a far cast. Nicely chucked out. My yellow shrink tube on the rod is getting clay on it and may rot, and it's making it look untidy. I have to keep wiping it down because it don't look good, does it? So we're fishing, baiting up, doing a bit of rod maintenance and cleaning, so we're having a good time. Somebody just walked down there from Anderby Creek and walked to the observatory and had a pint in there. Apparently you can buy beer in there, and then they've walked back with their 2 dogs, and when they get to Anderby Creek they're going to go in the hose the dogs off, he said, with the hose pipe. Then they're going in the clubhouse at Anderby Creek and having some more beer. Sounds like a nice day, that. These sandstorm rods, look. They ain't them BNHG eyes, the Fuji ones, which were luminous. They're actually yellow to match the yellow sandstorm and the yellow shrink tube. And they're actual, because they're rods that eyes that Diawa had. So if I was to ever have to get another eye, I don't know where I would get a sandstorm eye exactly the same yellow. I think you'd have to put an odd one on. But all the eyes are good at the minute. There's not a problem with any of them eyes, even though the rod's that old. Because I used that rod for probably 1.5 to 2 years, and it then got put away. And I think I've probably used it. I used to cast on the field with it, but I've probably used it a handful of times. Anyhow, I shall get this cod rig baited up again with crab, and we'll do a short cast with that one as well, and then we'll do some long ones when the tide starts coming back in. Time is 3:10. Low water is at 3:30-ish, give or take a few minutes. I think it's 3:32 or something like that. And I shan't be sitting down there a long while. I'm going to get myself up there because the water's gone from up there, so it's firmer. Can't be dealing with this sinking in sand. So anyhow, got to keep this video short. Let's see how we do. Wish me luck. I can't give you an update on my weight because I ain't weighed myself. I've literally come off Aldi, had a shit week at work, and that's been it. So yeah, I had toast for my breakfast with marmalade, so I ain't going to be losing weight doing that, am I? So as of next week, I'm weaning myself off it, back onto apples, bananas and the main meal at night. But yeah, can I do an update on me? I like doing an update on my channel because look at the state of me, covered in mud. Now, emergency still. As soon as I get a signal, we'll do an update on the channel. Channel is a bit slow at the minute. It's what happens, you know. Not a lot I can do about it. People don't watch it, but there has been a bit knocked off, but it has been holding time, hasn't it? So it'll pick up. there was no wind there when I started, was there? Got a seagull. You can see the weed. Well, we've got a bit of weed, haven't we? Look at the state of me, covered in bloody clay and shite. Right, you know I've had me fallouts with bits of terminal tackle and stuff like that. Well, I was looking at them the other day and I thought to myself, why don't you just use that as a pulley bead, like for a pulley panel? So I now use this, because believe it or not, I really like these clips. So I now use this for a pulley panel. That's my bead. It's strong as anything. I ain't had a problem with it. I'm not pulling out £30 skate, am I? Or £45 taupe. And I've seen these been destructed, ruined and broken, and that metal thing goes all the way round and up here, so if it wore through the plastic it'd be on the metal. So yeah, I'm now using them for my pulley panels. I don't use the other bits, bait clip, the root clip and all them. You know, I had a fallout with that because wouldn't release, and I was fishing and I was trying to catch, and yeah. Some say put them in a bucket and clean them with a toothbrush and then air dry them to make sure you get all the sand out, and then lube them up and whatever, you know. But I don't have to do that because I use the breakaway imps, and you don't really have to clean them. You might. I cleaned one earlier because it is all covered in that bloody clay. But yeah, so I've now started using them, so we'll see what they're like. But I've used them on holiday, worked a treat. They've been working good today. So yeah, a use for those clips, and from what I can remember, they're cheap as chips, but I ain't bought any for ages. Right, let's get this out. Give my rod a quick clean. Don't like a dirty shrink tube. It's like having dirty knickers in it. Not that I wear knickers. I can't even get into a pair of dirty knickers. It's terrible when you get old. Right, let's frame the shot. Right, I ain't gonna cast this. Let's just cast it out, eh? Do a star drag up. I think that I'm casting into the wind there as well. That reel spun up real good. I've got some absolutely fantastic Abec 9 bearings now. I've got to get John some. John wants some. So there you have it. So we're still fishing. We ain't caught anything. We are on for a blank, I think. But oh, look at that reel in the sunshine. Let me. Oh, you got to watch this. Look at this. It's like an emerald. Oh, it's dirty there. Let's just give that a wipe. John, you got to keep your reels clean, mate, ain't you? One thing you taught me. But yeah, no, I have thought, and I don't know whether I should say it because someone will probably beat me. Oh, kick that again, ain't it? It's off, weeds on it. It's going to be one of them days, but it's a beautiful day here. It's nice. It's nice weather to get lathered up in wet clayey sand. But yeah, I have thought about customising the reel, an Abu, buy an Abu, and stripping it apart and sending it off to get things done to it that'll make it look really sexy. I'm gonna do some investigating work first and see what I can do, because I'd have to get the frame done first and I can then sort everything else out. But if it's not too much money, I might purchase a cheap reel, because you can get them quite cheap. You can get them cheaper off Facebook Marketplace and just travelled, because they don't really post them. Do that, and yeah, I'll do some investigating, and then I'll tell you whether I'm going to do it and let you into my secret. But that rod's tapping then, but it ain't a fish. It'd be nice if it was a fish. And then I'll let you know, and if I ain't going to do it because the cost is too much, then I'll let you know. And yeah, oh, that'd be good, wouldn't it? See you in a bit. It is absolutely glorious here, absolutely glorious. Look at that. It's a vast beach, isn't it, once the tide goes out? It's better for my hip, I'll tell you that for nothing. You got Waller Bank down there, and then the next one after Waller Bank is Anderby Creek. And then I believe, don't quote me on it, then I believe it's well, no, it's Mog's Eye. Now, they've now renamed Mog's Eye, did it years ago, call it Marsh Yard now. I presume it's because this is called Six Marsh and they want, but they haven't changed Waller Bank. So in my eyes, it'll always be Mog's Eye, and it'll never change. I've even thought about putting a sign up there saying Mog's Eye. But yeah, and then you've got Hut Off, then you've got Sandylands, then you've got Sutton-on-Sea, and then Bohemian Point, which is at the end of Sutton-on-Sea, in Sutton-on-Sea, but it's just another mark, and so on. But what I'm going to do is carry on watching these rods, and hopefully we might actually catch something. I don't know if we will, but that's what we're here for, isn't it? Fishing. I shall see you soon, and I expect I'll be holding that rod. Well, quick update on the cat. We come home on holiday, and the daughter said to the mother, that'd be Pet, that Felix, the new little stray cat that we took in, had stopped eating on Wednesday. We came home on the Friday, and he was a bag of bones again. He looked the same as he did when we first got him. And the thing is, when we left to go on holiday, he was just starting to put the weight on. You could see it then starting to go on his hips, because his hips and legs are skinny as hell. So that weren't a problem, but he weren't asking for food. He's always at the cupboard, always at the cupboard. Oh, fucking sinking there. It's dodgy as hell, dodgy as hell. So yeah, he was weren't asking for food, and then he threw up twice. We give him a little treat stick, which he ate, and then promptly threw it up with yellow in it. So long story short, vet's on the Saturday morning, 77 quid and 2 injections. The vet's brilliant. He said that his intestines were all inflamed. What had he eaten? So we don't know. So 77 quid later, 2 injections. And that afternoon, he'd started to swagger on his back end. And, you know, if we hadn't took him to the vets, I don't think he'd be very good on Monday if he was still with us. So, he weighed him, and he was 300 grams less than when we took. So he was exactly the same, because when we first got him, we fed him, and he put on weight over the weekend before we took him to the vets. So he was back to square one, and our vet is fantastic. How he can feel all that and know without having to do x-rays. He's a proper old-fashioned vet. Don't get on with his missus like, but he's a good vet. And yeah, by Saturday afternoon, well, as soon as we brought him home, he was eating straight away. he said he'd probably eat after having the injection. We went and bought some stinky food and cat milk, and anyhow, he's now put his weight. He looks normal again now, but he's still got to put this weight on his meat on him. He needs meat on his bones. But yeah, apart from that's the update on the cats. All the other cats are as fat as hell. They all weigh over a stone, probably about 16 pound. Well, 2 of them do. One probably weighs a stone, and the other one he don't. He's a fighter, he is, or was. But yeah, that's an update on the cats. We thought we were going to lose him, and he's such a good little character. He's he growls at everything, but he's a cracking little cat, and he now uses the tray, which I'm chuffed about. He actually, it's weird, isn't it? Because he was a stray, he would have been stressed and everything, and you know, they go within themselves and they don't act normal, do they? But he's now, obviously he feels at home and he's doing everything a bloody cat should do. But mostly he craps outside now, which is great. Right, here we are, the water has turned. We are at 4:05. So I would say, when I turn this camera off, I'm moving up the beach to some higher ground, because this water's coming in and this is getting a bit shit walking on this. My seagull mate has just come back for another bit of squid that I keep chucking over there. So if I move, he'll come down here and clear this up, won't he? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn you off, move up there, keep this video short as well. Still on the second battery, but I have got another hour and so to go. So the thing is, if I don't film as much, I can actually do a bit more fishing, and it's good for me because sometimes I've got the camera on all the time, talking and chatting, but we don't need to do that all the time, do I? It'll be nice for Tom to have one that's not so long to edit, and it'll be nice for me to not do so much filming and do a bit more fishing. Because my catching would probably be a bit better. One, if I had a better hip and I was fit and masculine and strong and rigid, yeah, but I aren't. Where am I going now with this? Yeah, my fishing would probably be better, but I wouldn't say it'd be absolutely outstanding. Because I do like putting a rod in the water and leaving it and just sitting there and just lapping it up. But yeah, it'll soon be winter, won't it? And we're not in winter yet, because the news people said we're in winter. No, we aren't in winter. We're still in summertime. Till the 21st, is it? Or 22nd, there or thereabouts of September. And then, funny enough, there's a month called autumn, which sort of like mirrors spring, but instead of things going green, things go red and brown and yellow. My daughter's favourite month is autumn. I only found that out a couple of years ago. Not a bad dad. Right, I'm gonna put you away and I'm gonna move back. This water's coming in now and I ought to start sinking. Right, quick update. I've now got 5G. Don't know how, because I was looking at it, it went from E to 5G. So my subscribers at this moment in time today, on what is it, Friday the oh, what's today's date? 6th. It is Friday the 6th of September. We are on 5,235 subscribers, so that's gone up, which is good. We are at plus 32 subscribers, so it has gone down, but we have increased. So what I'm saying is that perhaps yesterday I might have been plus 38, and it just follows on. But according to this, I would say nobody's unsubscribed, or not so many, so that's good, isn't it? We're at 26.1 thousand views for 28 days. Watch time hours 12,000. And like I say, I'm plus 32 subscribers. So I've got a comment. Right, thank you very much, Thomas Powell. He's told me about, he's obviously watched my video where I talk about my 9000C, which is a 2-speed Abu. It's a boot reel, and it's got 2-speed, and I didn't know how that does that, but he says it does it automatically when you hook into a fish, so that'll be quite clever. I'm going to take that apart and have a look at it. So yeah, what was I got content? Let's go on there. No, not on this one. We need to go on to there. Click that. Click that. Click that. Click that. There's a lot of clicking this, that and the other, isn't there? So yeah, my comments have gone down as well. I'm normally 130, 150 comments, but like the last video, well, that's only been up. See, I'm probably just not thinking properly, am I? It's been up, no, this was 8 days ago, and I've got 91 comments, so holding time, isn't it, I would guess? Either that or I've said something that someone doesn't like. Right, let's get on there. Right, hang on a minute, I'll bring you back. I'd just like to say, click and subscribe, drop us a comment, give us a thumbs up. My channel, I ain't moaning, I'm just talking about this so that when I look back, because you've always forget where you are. And with me saying it, I know where I am, and it's interesting for those out there that find it interesting. Yeah, including you, Graham Wigmore. So how's it all hanging now? Because last time I said hello to you, we were in the Lake District, and now I'm saying hello from Chapel 6 Marshes in Lincolnshire. So yeah, I hope you are watching, Graham, and drop us a comment, you know, because it helps the old algorithm, help Verns out. So anyone watching this and got this far, put a comment in, even if it's just hello. It helps me out. But yeah, I've got quite a solid channel. There's no, it's all organic. There's no, it's a good channel. But you got a liking lad from Norfolk that just rattles on, don't you, and not catch too many fish. I do have my moments, but anyhow, we're keeping this short because we've got to keep this short. We are on the rods. There's the rod. Oh, that looks lovely, doesn't it? It's a nice rod, isn't it? I like that rod. Next bait going out is squid and black lug. I haven't used black lug since I was at the river, I don't think. And if there's anybody out there watching this still, can you, if you've ever used hermit crab, can you tell me what your thoughts are on it? Because is it any good? I've had some, no good. I've seen John fish with it, not a lot of success, but he did catch some, I think. But give me your thoughts on hermit crab. Is it a waste of money or not? See you in a bit. Just a quick one, because I've got just a brief one. Nelly says something else, but I must be saying it too much. But there, that's me. Yeah, in the last video, I hope Tom's left it in, but yeah, it was a nightmare. I had people playing bowls behind me, and I was moving back, and they had no idea. They were playing miles away, but they came right behind me. I had a plonker with a surfboard with his kid, and that other kid that ended up right in front of me, and I said, that's it, I'm packing up now, because the kid was out of the way to the right and was okay-ish, but then it just kept creeping and creeping over. Well, you won't believe it, that wasn't to do with the surfing bloke and his kid. The mother was something like 800 or 900, well, 800, 700 meters away. at the far end of the car park. She come out waddling along, and the kid ran out of the sea eventually, and I thought, you just couldn't write it. I wouldn't be that far. That's like me being there and the kids at flipping Spurn Point up there. Absolute ridiculous. My kids are in, well, I was 10 yards away, and if it weren't me, Karen was 5 yards away. So yeah, I just want to say I do apologise for being a normal human being and getting angry and frustrated because I was surrounded by idiots. And then that surfer, you won't believe it, he ran out of the sea and over to me after staring at me for so long that time and asked me what the time was. I'd just packed up and I looked at him. I must have given him an Exocet look like my mother used to give people, because he was like, "Ooh, should I have come with her?" Anyhow, I told him the time and I just shook my head and walked off. And he went running off like bloody Hasselhoff in Baywatch. Anyhow, that was a quick update on that. For those that I've upset and they think, oh, you bloody little child, well, that's Vern. And if you watch these videos, you know what I'm like. And if you have left the channel because of that, then you ain't gonna hear this, are you? I've moved back once. I might have to, well, I ain't gonna move back yet. I think I'll fish till 5:30. I've got an hour. So I've got another bait there. I'll probably do another squid and lug. Bloody seagulls hanging around me a lot. But yeah, what a glorious day it is there today. It really, really is. It's outstanding. And less weed, got a lot less weed. It was a lot easier to reel in. Well, that clip worked all right. Again. absolutely beautiful here today. Do you know what? It's been, what, since Trunch Lane, so what's that, 3, 4, 5 or 6 trips I've done. Apart from the river, when I fished for mullet, still an ongoing challenge that. But yeah, I've just wanted to go fishing and just have a session where nothing happens apart from the odd little chat. And today's that day. It's took this long really, because even at the river I was watching where I walked, so there was stuff to think about. Today I've come here, mind is blank. It's been absolutely fantastic. Got all this muddy clay stuff. I wonder whether that's a reason why I aren't catching, but at the foreshore where the water is just rolling in, I'll take you down and show you. It is black as black ackee. So we'll get this casted out, and then what will happen next, I'll show you the water, and then probably start walking up a bit or something. I don't know. I want to walk to the left and cast. It'll still come in, but it might just come in front of me rather than down the beach. But I'm going to cast here, I think. Fantastic. And all I'm trying to do with my cast now is I put it all down. I forget all about that now, totally. Well, I have done today. And then I just try and do the pull punch, the hit, because that's all I'm interested in. And I took a tiny little step then. I think my left leg moved, and it felt really good. So it went dead straight, and it went out far enough. So that's the main thing. Now this second battery started to go yellow, which is worrying, because I want to do 1.5 hours. I don't think there's much for Tom to cut out either, because I haven't really gone do lally, have I? So, right, that's not holding bottom, that's moving. Right, I'm off. It's in the cast. I'm going to sort that rig out, and then I'm going to move back up the beach. See you in a bit. Bloody turned it on again, look. Oh, look at that lovely sexy rod. Yellow's my wife's favourite colour, you know. Right, I'll just say this now. You get the odd things. I've got a company, Flextail, who did that mosquito thing. That works all right, and the torch is fantastic on it, so that's a good bit of kit. But they've asked me to do a pump for an airbed, and me and the wife, we need a pump for our bed so we don't keep blowing them up. But I've had a company contact me, and it's a sex torso. So you can put all sorts of things in, but mainly you're supposed to put your willy in it. Now, I don't think that I should do a review on that and an unboxing, because to use it for fishing, you'd have to shove your rod in its fanny, you know, and, you know, how are you going to get your rod? How are you going to get your rod shoving that in a sex torso in the fanny? I don't know what else. Obviously, it's got other holes and stuff, but you think these companies would actually look at what you do, don't you? And I don't do any of that, but you'd think they'd look at you and say, oh, well, that's a fishing channel. Is he really going to want a sex torso? I did ask. I did say to Tom about it, and he just like handed the phone back to me. But I didn't know. Obviously, well, yeah. Do I need it? I don't know. But put in the comments if you want to see me say yes to this company and have to do a review in the garage on a sex torso. Strange, innit? You'd think they'd check the channel out and think, well, he ain't gonna do that, is he? We want some geezer that likes handcuffs and balls and chains and lube. Yeah, drop it in the comments and see if you want to see Verns fishing utilising a sex torso as a tripod. Not my tripod, a tripod for the fishing rod. I don't like walking on this sand. I think this will be the last time I fish this at low water. I think I'll fish Chapel Point and look at that. Is that going to affect my fishing? Look at this, look. Look, it's going down, look. Probably stop after so long, but you just don't know, do you? It's like jelly, look. So, yeah, but that's the water, look. Can you see that? It's absolutely minging. And it's brown all the way along, look at it. So, yeah, if there's anyone out there, because we're always learning, aren't we? Will that affect my fishing? This sand, my foot goes down probably 2 or 3 inch. And I've been on sand where your foot go down 6 inch in like 2 seconds. It's well, 2 seconds, it's worrying. I've just slipped on it as well. I just stood on this stuff here. See that? It's absolute rank. So is that an issue with my fishing? Is that gonna stop the fish coming in so close? And it's been there for a while. The last session, which would have been prior to my holiday, we had that May rot here then. It was when I fished with John here, and it was all on there. But I don't think this is May rot, because the May rot is slippery as arseholes, and my reel was covered in it. This is like some sort of clay. It might be a form of May rot, I don't know, but it's it's not brilliant. But yeah, what do you think to this up to now? I've enjoyed myself here today. You know, I don't make heads or tails of look at this, look at that, I'm a fucking specimen fisherman, and, or I catch this, that and the other, or every video's got fish in it. I just come and fish and film it, and that's my fishing session, and I've always said this. But yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? I hope you are enjoying it, those that watch it. Yeah, if you're watching this, Danny, give us a tinkle, mate. It's if you want to. But yeah, if you're watching, mate, I don't know if you still do, but life gets busy, doesn't it? Be nice to touch base. And on that note, I think I shall turn this off because we've got to keep it low, haven't we? But yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. Let me give you a quick show again for the water this time. We'll just do it like that. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? And the sky, well, the sky is just blue as blue can be. Right, I'm going to reel this in. It's only been out a few minutes, and I'm going to chuck it back out again short. I've got another bait made up, which I'll then do another cast when this tide comes in, but it's right down the beach again. If there's not much weed, I'm going to chuck it short, this same bait, because it should be alright. Got a fish on, I can see. Sat down for too long. Sand in my eyes now. Gotta be careful not to rub it. Right, let's get this cleared up. Get it out quick. That bait is exactly how it went out. Covered in fucking sand. It's getting bloody worse and worse, this bloody coastline for flipping weed. not weed, this bloody clay, mud, may rot, fucking no end of it. I'm just doing a little cheeky chuck out. I want to fish it short, and if I pull out on the ground, it's gonna go. I don't want that. Not with this cast. Let's hope the camera don't bloody sink in the water. It's always better to put it on the ground. I thumbed it, so it slowed right down. So it is only out short. Absolutely fantastic day. I've had a fantastic session. This has got to be up there in fishing sessions, believe it or not, because apart from the odd dog walk, of which I don't mind having a chat to people, but there's been no screaming, no running around. It's just been peaceful, and that's what sometimes you want when you're fishing. A bit of peace and quiet. Bloody lovely. So water is coming in, because not even King Canute could stop it. See, I know about King Canute because I was taught history. Nowadays, they don't want to teach you about history because it might make you like your country. Right, when I finish fishing here, I'm gonna call round Duds, and whether he likes it or not, I'm going round Duds for a chat and hopefully scrounge a cup of tea. Yeah, hopefully, but I don't know whether I will. Last time it took about 3/4 an hour. Do you want a cup of tea? Well, yeah, I did say when I turned up I'll have a cup of tea, mate. But yeah, I'll see Dad. I don't think I'll fish this beach again at low water as it is. When I was walking from over there, my foot went down 4 inches. It literally went on the sand and down, and I don't like it. This is all right. I'm only up there and I'm on the slope, so. Right, well, let's hold them bottom. I've held bottom now. It ain't gone from left to right, but it's in all that brown shitty water. So the last rig, I've just baited up another rig. That is the last cast, and when I cut the bait off that, I had to clean the lead because it was full of mud. It's stuck all around it. And the bait, you couldn't see the bait, you couldn't see the squid and crab. It was just covered in mud. Now I'm hoping that it just got that when I pulled it in. So it was going through all the mud on the wash, and it just came in and got covered. Because if it was like that out there, I don't think any fish would pick that up. So I'm just assuming it got covered in that, because it's all everywhere, and you can slip on it, everything. With my hip, that ain't good. So what I'm going to do is, I should have put you on the rods while I was yapping then, because my mate Gordon ain't going to like that. He's going to tell me off. I hope it's all good down there, Gordon. I don't know if I've had a bite on this. It could just be the weight moving. I would say it's probably just the weight moving, but I had a couple of little like that. Let's check it out and get the last bait out. I can say this again, but I've enjoyed this session so much. It's been unbelievable. I was meeting a chap But he weren't very well today, and hope you get better. Might have weed on this. Let's see what's happening with it. Too good to be true, isn't it? At least I'm not going on saying I've got a bite, I've had a bite, I've had a bite. I ain't had a single bite today. Right, we'll get this other bait on, chuck it out. Like I say, I've really enjoyed this session. Not caught a thing, it's just been nice. Feeling this warmth, the breeze or the wind that's died down a touch now, but it's warm. Everything's great today. And I've been longing for a session like this, like I said, since it all started going wrong at Trudge. I can't remember that chap's name. I was supposed to meet someone there today. I think his name's Neil. Forgive me, but he talks through his wife's messenger. So I think her name is Amy, I think, or Annie. What am I doing? Just go on there, mate. Anne. Yeah, Neil. I thought it was Neil, but when you're talking to two names, you get mixed up. That I do anyhow. So yeah, Neil went well today. So unfortunate. I don't think I'll be back here next week because I want to get over on the Holderness Coast. I want to get a session in there before bloody autumn turns up. Coming in again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cast this out and I'm going to make it to the bottom of the slope, because then I ain't got to think about the tide anymore. Oh, some more fishermen turned up. I didn't want to fish high water. I want to fish during the day. I want to fish during the day when the sun's out. Do you know what I mean? Oh, this is oh shit. This is, look, this is zooming in, look. Let's get this casted out quick. Last one out. Let's get all this moved up top there, because this is just going to shoot in air. It's going to be like what a tidal surge is. Well, that's because that's exactly what it is, isn't it? So I'll see you in a minute when I'm back up there. See you later. Right, let's get this reeled in. Feels a bit heavy. Just wait. Well, I'm a bit worried now. I've just went through my phone because I had a signal, and I've got £4 gone out of my bank, and I don't know what I've bought for £4. And it says if you don't know this, contact the bank. So I ain't got a signal that much good, and probably need the missus with me to help me, so I'm now fretting about that. But there was nothing on that, it's just my weight digging in because I tightened the grips up too much. But yeah, is this thing recording? Yeah. Can't see out my glasses because they're all frosted up with seawater mist. What a day it's been. I've really enjoyed today. I was excited to come with the sandstorms. You've seen another low water reel. I am such a tackle tart hunter, but I enjoy it. Keeps me excited. Well, it just keeps it alive and fresh, really. But yeah, I've really enjoyed today. It's been beautiful weather. I've had no one around me, just what the doctor ordered. So the next time you see me, we'll probably be on the Holderness Coast. I keep saying this, but I never get there, do I? But I must get there, but it'll be next week. I think Tuesday is good weather, so I'm praying that it stays good weather and it's a good tide. But it all depends on the tide and the weather. If it all the lines and if all the stars and the moon align, that's where I'll be. So thanks for watching if you've got this far, and I'll see you anon. I'm baiting up, I've got fishy fingers. You know what fishy fingers are like, don't you?